In medicine, partnerships are everything, right? You've got the doctor and the patient, the surgeon and the nurse. But what if I told you a new partnership is popping up? One that's right at the center of healthcare, and it involves a partner you probably wouldn't expect. We're talking about artificial intelligence.
And why are we talking about this? Well, it all starts with a pretty stark fact. Cardiovascular disease. It's the world's #1 cause of death. And that's not just some statistic on a page. It's the single biggest health challenge we're all facing, and it's exactly why we desperately need a whole new game plan.
Okay, so let's break that down. Behind that scary #1 title is this just huge logistical nightmare. Think about it. For every single patient, there's a tidal wave of data that doctors have to sift through, and they have to do it fast and without making mistakes. The reality is, the system and the amazing doctors working in it are just completely swamped.
So, one of the main tools they use is the electrocardiogram. You've probably heard of it, the ECG. It's what records your heart's electrical signals. It's a great tool, it's fast, it works. But here's the problem. The sheer number of them that need to be read means delays. And when you're under that kind of pressure, even the most brilliant doctor can miss a tiny, subtle detail in that little squiggly line. You can see why we're at a point where we really need some help, some kind of automation.
And, well, that help is here, and it's coming in the form of artificial intelligence. Now, let's be super clear. AI isn't here to take over from doctors. Not at all. Think of it more like a brilliant digital detective showing up at the scene, ready to help sort through a mountain of evidence.
So what's this digital detective actually doing? It's not magic, it's something way cooler. It's basically a super specialist trained to spot patterns. It looks at the exact same ECG that a doctor does, but its superpower is that it can analyze millions of them. And in doing that, it learns to see these incredibly subtle patterns. We're talking about tiny, tiny changes in the electrical signal that are literally invisible to the human eye. But these little hints, they could predict a major heart problem weeks, maybe even months down the line. It's wild.
And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future. This is happening today. AI is already out there helping to spot really dangerous conditions like atrial fibrillation or AFib, that irregular heartbeat that can cause a stroke. It's also finding other rhythm problems, it's powering new ways to score cardiac risk, and get this, it's even analyzing the data from the watch on your wrist. Yep, your Apple Watch, your Fitbit. AI is turning these everyday gadgets into tools that could literally save your life.
Okay, but it can't be all good news, right? This new digital partner, as amazing as it sounds, it's not perfect. Just like any partnership, really. It has some mind-blowing strengths, for sure, but it also has some pretty big weaknesses that we absolutely have to get our heads around.
And the trade-offs here are real. So on the plus side, you've got AI spotting things we humans might miss, and it's a huge boost for doctors in rural areas. But the big downside, its decision-making can be what's called the black box. It gives you an answer, and the answer might be dead on, but it can't tell you why it thinks that. It's also completely dependent on the quality of data it learned from, and it can create false alarms. And that, of course, brings a whole new set of problems.
And that brings us to what might be the single most important point of this whole thing. This quote really says it all. These AI tools are incredible at screening. They're fantastic assistants. But, and this is a big but, they are not the final word. That final call still needs the judgment, the experience, and the understanding of a patient's whole story that only a human doctor can bring to the table.
So, where do we go from here? Well, the answer isn't to pit humans against machines. It's to team them up. Human with machine. The goal is to build a smart, collaborative process. Think of it like a checklist that creates a really powerful partnership where everyone, human and AI, does what they do best.
And honestly, the workflow is actually pretty simple and elegant. Here's how it works. Step 1. The AI chews through all the data and raises a little flag saying, hey, look at this. Step 2, the human doctor sees that flag and adds the all-important context. What are the patient's symptoms? What's their medical history? And then step 3, together, they make a final decision that's way more informed than either could have made alone.
So let's look at what this checklist actually looks like on the ground. It's like a perfectly choreographed dance between the human and the AI. You can see the back and forth. The human starts making sure the ECG data is clean. Then they pass it to the AI, which does the heavy lifting of analysis and even gives a confident score. Then, and this is the key part, it comes back to the human expert. They double-check the AI's findings against what they know about the patient, confirm anything that looks serious, and then they make the final call. It's a true collaboration.
And the impact of this kind of partnership It's huge. I mean, think about a busy, chaotic emergency room. This means faster, better decisions about who needs help first. For public health, it means we can actually screen huge groups of people and catch problems early. But maybe the most amazing thing is how it brings top-tier heart expertise to small towns or remote clinics that would never have it otherwise. It's a massive shift from just reacting to problems to actually preventing them.
Which really leaves us with one big important question to think about. We've basically built the perfect digital co-pilot to help with one of the biggest challenges in medicine. But as we start using it more and more, we have to keep asking ourselves, are we using this tool to make our incredible doctors and nurses even better? Or are we accidentally building a crutch they'll become too dependent on? The entire future of this amazing partnership really hinges on how we answer that question.